Welcome to News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss. Here now the news for October 16th, 2020. It's time to book those fall 2021 Walt Disney World Resort vacations. Guests are now able to book those Walt Disney World reservations through December 31st, 2021, meaning you can officially start planning for the 50th anniversary of the resort. Up until now, reservations had only been released through September 26th of next year. Now they're available through the end of the year. If you're planning on visiting for the 50th and on or around October 1st, we highly recommend you start booking sooner rather than later, as resort availability and Disney Park Pass selection is bound to dwindle around that date. The Disney Park Pass calendar has also been extended through January 14th of 2022, possibly hinting at that reservation system will be around for a long, long time to come. With reservations now open and guests from across the world looking to join in on the 50th anniversary festivities, we expect to see that month book up very quickly, particularly at the Magic Kingdom. So again, go now, go start booking, and maybe we'll have an event here at WDWNT around that anniversary. Who knows? A lot of things in the world have to change. Walt Disney World has updated verbiage on their Know Before You Go landing page to further stress the importance of properly wearing a face mask in the parks and throughout property. If guests are unable to commit to wearing acceptable face coverings over their nose and mouth at all times, Disney asks that they simply reschedule their visit. Quote, acceptable face coverings must be worn over your nose and mouth at all times except in designated areas. If you're unable to do this, please reschedule your Walt Disney World visit to a later time. In addition to wording online, the audio announcement that periodically plays at the Walt Disney World theme parks, reminding guests to follow those health and safety guidelines, has been updated once again, as we told you a few days ago. This update states that guests not following the face mask guidelines will be asked to leave. So they're getting real serious about this face mask thing, I think, as some of the crowd sort of fight back on it a bit. With only 2 weeks until November, Walt Disney World is preparing for the holiday season. And though Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is canceled, there are still plenty of holiday offerings to come. One holiday tradition we're glad to see returning is the Disney Christmas trees. We spotted some trees ready for staging while driving behind the Magic Kingdom on a recent visit. Ornaments and tinsel remain on trees in storage so they can be quickly put together when the season arrives. The trees are currently dismantled, but the pieces will be stacked together to create the towering decor we all love. Official news on Walt Disney World vanity license plates has finally been released. For the first time ever, a specialty Walt Disney World Resort license plate will be available for purchase in honor of the resort's 50th anniversary. Proceeds of the license plates go to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Central and Northern Florida. Disney has a long-standing relationship with the Make-A-Wish Foundation dating back to 1980, and since then, more than 140,000 Disney-inspired wishes have been granted, with more than 8,000 taking place each year here at Walt Disney World. While the design of this specialty plate will be revealed at a later date, interested car owners can purchase a pre-sale voucher now for just $25 plus applicable state administration fees through local county tax collectors' offices and license plate agencies, or DMVs, across the state of Florida. Guests will need to wait a bit longer to take a trip on the Tomorrowland Transit Authority PeopleMover at the Magic Kingdom. The refurbishment calendar shows the attraction now will not be opening until at least December 27th, 2020. This is the third date change since the refurbishment was announced. Disney had initially projected October 31st as the completion date. That date had slipped to the end of November and now has slipped towards the end of the year. We'll keep you posted on this refurbishment as it continues. Let's just hope the PeopleMover actually comes back. Some vertical supports beneath the PeopleMover in the Magic Kingdom just got painted white over a month after scaffolding was removed. These supports in front of the famous purple wall photo spot got the new paint job. The white matches the color blocking minimalism that's more present in Tomorrowland these days. And while these large PeopleMover supports have been refurbishment and repainted, work continues on the smaller supports next to the PeopleMover's track. Some vertical supports in the land remain gray, including this one surrounded by scrim next to the entrance of Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. PeopleMover itself, of course, is closed, as we just said. The Taste of Epcot International Food and Wine Festival will be concluding on November 22nd after a months-long run since the reopening of the park. When Disney initially announced the festival, an end date was omitted, simply billed as an offering that would continue through the fall. The newly announced end date is now listed on the Taste of Epcot Food and Wine Festival page on the Walt Disney World website. The festival, while modified, ranks as the longest running in the park's 25-year history. In the end, it will run from July 15th all the way through November 22nd. The Epcot International Festival of the Holidays highlights will begin on November 27th, with holiday kitchens returning around World Showcase Promenade, featuring favorites like American Holiday Table and as well the Bavaria Holiday Kitchen. Last month, a soft plastic divider was added to one car on Star Wars Rise of the Resistance as a test, and then that evolved into a hard plexiglass divider that was tested in more recent weeks. Now, in a statement released by Disney, these dividers are soon to be installed on all ride vehicles. All of these prisoner transports on Rise of the Resistance are getting these hard plexiglass dividers. In a statement to the Orlando Sentinel, Disney confirmed the initial plexiglass sightings as just tests, and once tests are finalized, dividers will be installed on every vehicle. Quote, "We recently tested an update to the ride vehicles and had a plexiglass barrier between the first and second rows. We're working hard towards introducing this to all vehicles. The divider sits between the 2 rows of seats inside each transport, potentially allowing 2 parties to be seated in each car, increasing the ride's daily capacity. We'll keep checking on the ride to see the addition of these." By the way, in this Orlando Sentinel piece, Disney blamed the slow loading procedures of the attraction solely on COVID, because the ride certainly worked before COVID. If these people in this PR department are still working there and 28,000 other people were let go, I would ask that these people be included, because continuing to lie to the public is really gross. We have live streamed that attraction, I don't know how many times, and it's broken down almost every time. The ride clearly has issues. Don't blame a virus for the ride not functioning, please. I mean, I'm sure the plexiglass will help with the loading process, but don't blame every, slow loading day on something that didn't cause it, please. Following a challenge on the Disney Parks blog, the Jedi weapon of Cal Kestis, Padawan survivor of Order 66 and starring hero of 2019's critically acclaimed Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order video game, will make its way to Doc-Ondar's Den of Antiquities in Galaxy's Edge later next year. Cal's will be the first lightsaber offered at Doc's to have originated from a video game and joins other iconic legacy lightsabers, including Luke Skywalker, Rey, Darth Vader, and more. For those who count Kestis among their favorite characters or loved Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, this will be a day long remembered. In addition, even more memorable legacy lightsabers will come to Doc-Ondar's. There are those new Ahsoka Tano hilt and blades from the Clone Wars. And announced today, Count Dooku's Sith weapon, featuring its signature elegant curved handle design, along with its flourishing blade emitter guard, will come to Galaxy's Edge this fall. I'm going to get this one. I've always liked the Count Dooku saber. I think it looks cool. I think this is going to be my first legacy one. I'm very excited. Following the Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin's move to third-party resort transportation, buses from the resort now drop off charter lots at theme parks in Disney Springs. The resort recently switched from Disney-operated buses to Mears, prompting Disney to end drop-offs at the resort loop bus stops, resulting in a longer walk to park entrances. One of the biggest changes is that at the Magic Kingdom, you'll now be dropped off at the Transportation and Ticket Center, forcing you to take a monorail or ferry boat to the park if you're staying at the Swan or Dolphin. Over at Disney Springs, the drop-off point will now be located on the west side as opposed to the bus loop in the town center. The change comes just weeks before over 1,100 employees are expected to be laid off on November 13th due to low occupancy at the Swan and Dolphin. We learned this summer that the Void locations of both downtown Disney District in California and Disney Springs here in Florida were permanently closed following a license agreement breach. Signage was recently removed from the California location, and now the same has happened here at Walt Disney World. The circle above the doors used to house an impressive stylized The Void sign, and for now the building remains dark. It's not known if Disney has any plans for the space to replace The Void. The Void, of course, closed at Disney Springs with the rest of Walt Disney World in March, but never reopened. This is a shame. I thought this was one of the coolest things of the last couple of years at Walt Disney World, and it's a shame. It's a shame they didn't make it. Disney's Coronado Springs Resort has reopened after a several months long closure due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The resort's Grand Casino Tower was used for housing NBA teams, with resort facilities used for many things for the NBA. The reopening was delayed slightly while Coronado Springs was prepared, but it finally reopened to guests today, October 16th. Grand Casino Tower had not even been open for a year before having to close due to COVID-19. To read about our full experience of the newly reopened resort, head on over to WDWNT.com. While Walt Disney World's phased reopening is well underway, the Disneyland Resort's reopening remains stalled, with hotel cancellations now extended through October 31st. Guests with existing reservations have begun to receive emails notifying them of the cancellation. The resort had previously canceled reservations through October 24th. Currently, only the downtown Disney district is open to guests. Baristas assemble. The first of this year's newest Starbucks tumblers has arrived, and it's themed to none other than Disney California Adventure at the Disneyland Resort. Best of all, the ceramic tumbler is one of the first pieces of merchandise to feature the all-new upcoming Avengers Campus. The cherry yellow ceramic tumbler features the many lands and attractions of DCA, including the Incredicoaster, World of Color, Radiator Springs Racers, Grizzly River Run, Soarin' Around the World, the Red Car Trolley, Carthay Circle Theater, and of course, Avengers Campus. This new DCA Starbucks ceramic tumbler retails for $24.99 and is available at the World of Disney in downtown Disney. The closure of the parks of the Disneyland Resort have been going for several months now and could be responsible for massive revenue losses in 2020, according to one analyst. According to the Orange County Register's Brady McDonald, Moffett-Nathanson founding partner Michael Nathanson has claimed that the resort has lost $2.2 billion in revenue during the closure. While downtown Disney has reopened to guests, parks and resort hotels have remained shuttered since March. Nathanson added that the resort generated $3.8 billion in revenue last year, which is roughly $10.4 million per day. Cal State Fullerton Woods Center for Economic Analysis and Forecasting noted that the Disneyland Resort brings $8.5 billion annually to Southern California's economy. That means the ongoing closure could cost the local economy as much as $23 million a day, or $5 billion over the past 7 months. Disney parks worldwide may be facing a potential $21 billion revenue loss through 2022 due to COVID-19 and the subsequent economic fallout, according to a research paper published by Moffett-Nathanson back in May. As the COVID-19 pandemic continues to rock the cruise industry, the maiden voyage of the Disney Wish, Disney Cruise Line's newest addition to the fleet, has been postponed until summer 2022. In a statement to travel agents, Disney announced the change. Quote, originally planned to sail in early 2022, the Disney Wish is now scheduled for its maiden voyage in the summer of 2022 due to pandemic-related delays at the Meyerwerft shipyard in Germany. As previously announced, the Disney Wish will be powered by liquefied natural gas, or LNG, one of the cleanest burning fuels available. At approximately 100,000 gross tons and 1,250 guest staterooms, the ship will be slightly larger than the Disney Dream and Fantasy. Previously, the ship was planned to sail again in January of 22. But back in April, Meyerwerft, the shipbuilder responsible for the Wish, said in a video that its staff that production timelines, which included 2 additional Triton-class ships for the cruise line, could be delayed due to the pandemic and could be delayed until 2023 or 2024. While the Disney Wish's debut will only be pushed back a matter of months, this could further alter plans for the following 2 ships even more. Maybe they'll even cancel one of those. Who knows? For more information on these stories and more, head on over to WDWNT.com. This program is brought to you by our travel agent sponsor, The Vacationeer, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next magical Disney trip. The best part, their services are free. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. The Vacationeer, the official travel agency of WDWNT. Also, don't forget to check out the Carousel of Products at carouselofproducts.com. New this week, a WDW News Today logo pin, and as well a number of pins in very limited supply from some of our past events, including Stage 89 and the Farewell to Illuminations Reflections of Earth. So again, head on over to carouselofproducts.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also, make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
4 panelists, 30 minutes, 1 week in Disney Parks news. This is Parks Center. On Parks Center, the panel and I cover the top 7 Disney Park stories of the past week. From attraction news to transportation scandals to new food and merchandise, we'll cover it all in 30 minutes or less. You can watch us stream live every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. at WDWNtunes.com, watch episodes on demand at youtube.com/WDWNT, or subscribe to the audio version of the show on your favorite podcast app.